Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Daniel Isa Krestiyanto from Tegal Senior High School 1. On this splendid occasion, I will be representing the stance of the government for the motion of encouraging women to be selfish as a feminist movement. Now, but why selfish, you may ask? Isn't being selfish a bad trait to have as a person? Well, the common understanding of selfish would be a bad trait, yes. However, being selfish has another definition. Selfish is not about not caring for others, but about prioritizing yourself more than others. You will think that this should already be an inherent trait for not just women, but as people as a whole. But in reality, it isn't. Selfishness should be about a way of thinking that prioritizes one's own needs and fulfillment before even thinking about helping others. Not just to help themselves and not even caring about others. Oftentimes, women are not selfish enough and prioritize others more than they do to themselves and more than their own well-being. This is why I fully support the motion of encouraging women to be selfish as a feminist movement with my whole heart. So, back to what I said before, women often prioritize the matters and importances of others more than they do to themselves. And because of this, it puts a heavy mental and psychological strain and burden on the lives of these women, leading to them not necessarily being able to function at full efficiency and effectivity. These can manifest in the workplace or in school or others by coworkers or colleagues asking for favors and women being unable to refuse, even though they themselves have lots of work to do, leading to their work ending up not being finished at all or even not even starting at all by the end of the day, and them perhaps even getting scolded or getting punished by their superiors because of their coworkers or colleagues asking help from them and them not being able to refuse. Now, letting women be more selfish will let them realize that their own work is more important than that of others. This could, in turn, help fix the tendency of those people who like to ask for help to start figuring out their own tasks better by themselves. They shouldn't have to rely on someone else for their own work. And this could then raise the efficiency and effectivity figures of their workplace. Not only that, encouraging women to be more selfish also encourages women to be more opinionated and to be firm in their beliefs. This can make for women who are great leaders who are fully aware of why and what they are doing that they believe will be for the better good and will often does lead to the better good. These women who previously buckle and subsequently bend from the request of others, even though their idea is in fact better than those who say that the contrary, will no longer be as easily turned back on her own words when they become selfish. Let me give you a scenario. You are a group leader in a school project or even a work project perhaps, and you feel your group should practice more or do more work before the day arrives. But most of the others disagree because maybe perhaps they are lazy or perhaps they feel like they are good enough and don't need any more practice, but because you are selfish and you fully believe in your own mind that they need the extra practice, you subsequently don't back down and then make that extra practice happen. And then later on, this proves to be fruitful because during the first practice, perhaps, everybody else was still sloppy, contrary to their own beliefs that they are, oh, we're good enough, we don't need the extra practice. And because of you as a group leader, as a selfish group leader, you force them to practice, their performance on D-Day becomes excellent. Now, compared to the conventional woman who, when confronted with the wants of her group members, they will bend and subsequently have their performance fall very, very far down because of the lack of practice. A selfish woman can make considerable changes. Now, last but not least, letting women be more selfish challenges social norms and views. This will let society know that women aren't to be trifled with. Not only that, many things that society sees as a whole is selfish for women are in reality not women being selfish, but rather just women caring about themselves. A good example of this is pregnancy. If a woman refuses to bear a child because she just doesn't want to, society will label her as a selfish, evil woman that doesn't want her bloodline to continue. Why is that? Because that is how society sees women. Society sees women as someone that must continue the bloodline of a person because of perhaps religious beliefs or perhaps of their just societal view. And that not doing so out of their own volition is selfish and bad. By own volition, I mean that they themselves don't want and not that they can't. Now, it is too long that women have knelt to the wants of society. So don't let what people say stop women from being selfish. Be selfish, care for yourself more, and prove society wrong. I hope that what I said here can prove to you that women should be selfish more and that being selfish for women is good. That is all from me. I, Danai Sakrantari Ujaja from Tegal Senior High School 1, bid you farewell. Thank you.